The purpose of this video is to discuss the process used for actually getting and utilizing the templates for CAD 151. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to Blackboard, and I'm going to go to the Assignments tab and click on Templates. Now in here we've got two different templates. We've got one for Imperial and one for Metric. I'm going to left click on the Imperial one, and it's going to give me a file location, but I can see right here that it's already downloaded it. Now this is really going to depend on which version of software you're using, and using Google Chrome, it's going to download it automatically when I click the link. Now what it's going to do is it's going to put it in a downloads folder, and that may not necessarily be where I want it to go. But what I can do from here is I can open it right from there and just say continue. And what this is going to do is this is going to come up and it's going to say imperial.dwg. And what I want to do before I do anything else is I want to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as an AutoCAD drawing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the folder where I'm going to put the rest of my work for this class. So I'm going to hit Save. Then I'm going to go ahead and switch right back over to Blackboard, back up, and then I'm going to left click on metric millimeters. And again, it's going to come right here. I can left click on it, it's going to open it up, and I can see up at the top that it says metric. And again, I'm going to do the exact same file, save as, and I'm going to save it to my desktop and put it in my CAD 151 folder with the Imperial file. Now I've got these two things open. One thing that I know is going to be pretty much the same on every single one of these I do is my name. So I'm just going to go ahead and double click on my name, and if I can get the double click in here, and I'm going to go ahead and modify this. Because this is something that is not going to change, I can fill that out right now if I spell my name correctly. Okay, so now I've got that. I can save this, and then I'm going to close it. This is my Imperial one. Again, I can double click here, put in my name, got my name in here. I can save this and close it. Okay, now the way that I'm going to do everything in AutoCAD is going to be a little bit different. For example, if I want to start an English file, now I'll click on New, and rather than using a template, I'm just going to go to that folder. Now remember, I clicked on New. I did not click on Open, I clicked on New. I can now select my Imperial or my Metric to actually determine which one starts the project. If you click Open, you'll actually be modifying your template. You don't want to modify your template, so you want to click New and then double click your drawing file to get the template. If they don't show up, you may need to change files of type from DWT to DWG, but then they'll go ahead and show up. So just as an example, I'm going to double click on the Imperial template. Let's say I'm starting a brand new Imperial file. Now here I've got my template in place. When I go to save, it's going to ask me to give it a new name. I'm going to call this 5-0, or I can call it EX 5-0, however you choose to do the naming. Two things that I want to see in the name of every file though is the exercise number and your name. So EX50 underscore, and I'll just put Pringle. So now I can go ahead and save this file. Now I can begin working on this. First thing I want to do is change this to EX5-0. I want to change the date to whatever date this is actually being created on. So let's just say 6/7/2012. Uncheck enable auto stacking and leave it as a horizontal fraction when that comes up, because you don't want it to start stacking your dates and stuff like that. So by filling out the exercise number, your name, and everything else first, now you're ready to go for the rest of the assignment. If we were to start a brand new metric file, I would click New, double click Metric, change the same things, and then go ahead and begin my drawing. And for the tutorial videos for this week, I'll probably also be going through the whole template process as well. What the template does is the template gives me a lot of things. It's got layers that are created in here so that you can actually show where your hidden lines are, your dimensions. Everything is going to go on different layers. So as we go through the assignments, you'll see how the layers are going to be used and things like that. So just keep in mind, if there's a layer for an object, you're going to want to use that layer for that object. So if you have any other questions about using the templates, please email me.